Okay, so after the first story, or the second story within the larger story, when she was getting mad about the charger. So after I left with the attitude, I was I was genuinely angry, but I didn't blow up or make a scene or really act out my anger like how she does. Women act out their anger and nothing seems to happen. Shout out to Ike Turner. Somebody called King slap a bitch the second. Like, we need these niggas now more than ever. Bitches are out of control. They do all this type of shit and then don't get in trouble, don't get slapped, don't get popped, don't get disciplined. Like, what is like, and it's all you niggas' fault, really. Cause I discipline. Send them to me. Send them to me. I'ma keep it P. And my hand definitely gonna keep it P. And you niggas gotta keep it G. And in the streets. And we gonna make the world right again. But you niggas soft. That's really the problem. Soft ass niggas. So I leave. Okay, so boom, I leave. And I instantly get to strategizing because I'm like, the way things ended, is gonna end up in me getting fired. And I wanna keep this job for now because I'm trying to get things started. The path to getting rich. My financial foundation. Anyway, so I leave and I start strategizing. I start thinking through all the scenarios of how I can win this situation and how I can come back from this L that I know is going to eventually make me fail. And I'm going to feel like I'm in hell or in a cell. You dig? So I get to strategizing and then I go back and I ask the bitch, like, hey, like, Kay, can we talk? I need to talk to you about something. I want to talk to you about something. Like, oh, sure. I'm like, okay, let's go outside. She, oh, no, we're going to go in the office. Why? The office has cameras. This bitch is scared. It is what it is. These whole people are scared. I'm not saying, I'm somebody to be scared of. I definitely am, but that's not what I'm trying to come off as because I'm a nice guy. People who meet me in person know I'm a polite, nice, articulate, smart, funny young man. And I'm also witty and gorgeous and strong. So the bitch, me and the bitch start talking. We talking. Well, I have been disrespectful, lying, and I have been, showing you a lack of respect. I haven't been doing my job as competently and as efficiently as I need to. And the thing about people who are emotional and irrational, they don't even care about you being competent at your job. They don't even care about you being good at what you're supposed to do. They care about how you make them feel. People on the lower end of the totem pole are so selfish. Everything is just about them and the way they feel. This is why they can't do anything or produce anything to really revolutionize the world. They can't get outside of themselves. This is an issue. So I'm like, yeah, I just haven't been me lately, and I do need to ask for things more. And the reason I said I need to ask for things more is because, hey, that's what she said earlier. She said I need to ask for things, and she also said that this is not my home, bitch. This is my home. When I walk in the spot, I'm the boss. The fuck you mean this ain't my home, bitch? The world is my home. This is my home. But what she was really saying is, I don't like how confident you are. You've gotten too comfortable. You're a boss. I can see it in the way you walk and talk and floss. You see? I don't like the way you come in a spot and it feels like you're the manager. It feels like you're the boss. Because I am a boss. I am a boss. And the way I handled this conversation with the two hoes, the two managers, it was some boss shit. I'm a boss ass nigga. At heart. Like, at heart. I'm a serial killer. I'm a boss ass nigga. And yeah, it is what it is. I'm not lying to you people. And niggas know I'm not lying. And I need to throw this out there because I always forget to say it. I'm constantly saying it to myself, but I'm never saying it on video. If you think I am playing or if you think I am lying and you see me in public, just start hitting me. Open invite to just start hitting me. Watch what happens. I've been wanting to. I can't even. But so I said that I need to ask for things more. Why did I say that? Because she's a controlling, power hungry person. So I said I need to ask for things more. When you ask somebody for something, you basically give them the cards. You put the power in their hands. They have the ability to say no. The guy who says, "Oh, can I kiss you?" He's in a losing position. The bitch is invariably gonna say no. She's always gonna say no to that nigga. The fuck? You asking the bitch, can you get a kiss? And then the guy who just takes the kiss, that's the guy who wins. The guy who just takes her clothes off, that's the guy who wins. The guy who just takes the pussy, that's the guy who wins. Not this asking shit and being friendly. Like, no, bruh. No. So I made sure to drop that in there because I know how this bitch operates. I know that this is a controlling bitch. So I made sure to, sprinkle that in there on some slick shit. Because I'm smart and I'm a genius. So I wanted to throw that out there to people. So boom. Yeah, that was that. And when I was, what was it exactly that I said? When I said that I need to be more respectful, I was like, because that's something I said, I was like, and I need to be more respectful. She started to shake her head at that, but she didn't shake her head at anything else, which were things that I know appeased her ego. But why did she shake her head at this particular thing? Well, because this particular thing means a lot to her. Like, regular females do not value respect at the same level that men value respect at. If women valued respect at the same level that men valued respect, there would be more females killing each other. There would be more females fighting. There would be more conflict in the world. And World War III would have happened in 1983. You dig? So if females valued respect as much as men did, the way the world operates would be drastically different. So it just goes to it's just another piece on like her psychology as an individual. Like, respect really means something to this bitch. Like, this is a term that Freud coined. It's called penis envy, and it's a psychological defect within the female brain that makes them want to be men. And I was telling this to some floozy the other day. I was like, you want to be a man? She's like, I love being a girl. What I think she meant, and she's a dysfunctional person too, but what I think she meant is that she likes the privileges of being a bitch. You see what I'm saying? She doesn't want to, deal with the struggle of being a man, dealing with the invisibility of being a man, dealing with the hardship of being a man. And I'm talking about actual men, like, standing up and fighting. She doesn't want to have to deal with that. She don't want to have to deal with being brave. She don't want to have to deal with having to go to warfare and being honest and being loyal and having integrity. But she likes the aspect of controlling dudes. She likes that leadership role. It seems like a lot of girls in the West just like to lead. It seems like a lot of girls just like to have power. I don't know. But I kind of lost my point in that when I was describing this second dysfunctional bitch. But she's a person who is what Freud would say. She has penis envy. She has penis envy. She wants to be a dude. I was like, you like to control men. You see what I'm saying? And this was a bitch who rejected me, and I was trying to get some insight on like why I failed, and I know why. And she didn't tell me why, but I figured out why. Cause I'm smart and I think through things. But I was like, you like to control men. She's like, I do like to be in control. So if you like to be in control and you like being a girl, those things are contradictory to each other. It's paradoxical. So you don't like, you really don't like to be a girl. You want to be a man. You try to be a man. You try to be in a leadership, decision-making position like a man. So, yeah. If you're a man with balls, then this message is for you. If you're a guy who has no balls, then I'm not talking to you. You can go ahead and click out the video. I could care less. I couldn't care less. So at the end of this conversation that I had with Kay, when it was basically an apology, but I never out of the mouth said I'm sorry or I apologized. Any of that shit, hell nah. Oh, so at the end of the conversation, I asked the bitch if there was anything I could do to improve because I want to be a better employee. I'm lying. I care less about this company. I ain't gonna get into it, but I couldn't care less about this company or the people who work for this company. This company is immoral. Like, they have something on the menu called a threesome, and there's kids that come to this corporation. There's kids who shop at this business. You know, it's like, what the word? The world. People are so perverted, and these females are sexual perverts. They are perverts. They really are. Okay. So boom. So when I asked her if there was anything I can improve on, she said, no, that was it. And this was something that she actually told the truth about. She was like, no, that was it. Just, you need to ask for things, and you need to ask when you use the charger. So I'm like, okay. The reason the answer is no, that I don't need to improve on anything, is because I'm not doing anything wrong. The only thing that I'm doing wrong in her world is that I'm not making her feel right. I'm not saying hi to the bitch. I'm not saying bye to the bitch. Me and this bitch scarcely talk. So the fact that I have an attitude, it don't really make sense, because we don't even talk enough. We don't exchange enough words for me to have an attitude with you. How do I have an attitude? I don't even talk to you. like, bruh. Before this incident happened, I say me and this bitch exchanged altogether less than 100 words. Less than 100 words, probably like 200, probably more close to like 200, 225. We scarcely talk. Like, I don't say nothing to this bitch. I come in and give everybody fist bumps, say hi to everybody, say bye to everybody. I don't do none of that with her, because she's a dirtbag, and it's very hard for me to respect. It's hard for me to feign respect. Like, when I don't respect you, you're probably gonna know. Like, I want to slap the shit out of you. You're probably gonna know, because it's hard for me to act like I don't respect people. I respect people. And this is foolish. It really is. This foolish behavior of mine, it makes it hard for me to, like, stick around at these places, because these people, like, this is like high school to them, you know. This is about friendship and the communal experience and getting along and being together and being happy and being happy and stuff like that. This is what it's about to these people. For me, I'm a man on a mission. Like, I'm coming up here to get this money, to dump this money into a business, to get the fuck up out of here, so I don't have to be around you low class dirtball aliens anymore. Like, I don't want to be friends. I don't want to be cool with any people. If I knew who you people truly were, I probably would murder y'all. Like, to be honest. Like, honestly. So at the end of the conversation, so that happened, and everything went smoothly after that. Yeah, I mean, we still scarcely were talking. But that day when I left, I did something I never do with this bitch, which was say goodbye and give her a fist bump. Like, that was me signing the peace treaty. That was me ending the war. Like, that was me finishing things off and letting her know, like, we're cool, bitch. But we weren't cool, because the next time I went to work, which was yesterday, oh, I need to talk to you. We need to have a talk. And interestingly enough, when the fat dyke loser came up to me and asked me, she this is how she approached me. She was like, hey, when you get the chance, we need to sit down and have a talk, have a conversation. Very non-boss like if you're a boss, just go ahead and dictate, hey, after you clock in, we gonna have a talk. Yeah, we gonna have a talk right after you clock in. Cause she talking about like when you get a chance. Bitch, I'm not doing that. I'm not even on the clock yet. We can talk right now. But it just goes to show, like, you're actually not a boss. You're actually not a boss. I don't think bosses operate like that. Give niggas options, like my way or the highway. You're not a boss. Intrinsically, you don't feel like a boss. Which is why at the mouth, when I was interviewing with her, she felt the need to say, oh, I'm the boss. I'm the boss of this area. Like, you don't even feel like the boss. You're not a boss. I'm not saying you can't be a gangster and say you're a gangster. I'm not saying you can't be handsome and say you're handsome. I'm not saying you can't be a serial killer. I'm not saying you can be a serial killer and say you're a serial killer, but likely people are lying. It's likely. So yeah. So yeah, the dyke bitch, you telling me that I don't understand and I'm in the wrong, and it's difficult, man, because relationships really, they mean a lot to people, man. And I just knew during the conversation that there's no way and when I say win, I mean, there's no way I can win with moral strategies. There's no way I can win being honest and upright with these people. You know, because that's not what these people deal in. These people are not honest and upright. You don't deal with honest, upright people, or you don't deal with wicked, evil dirtbags in an honest, upright manner. You don't do that. You deal with devils. You know what I'm saying? You deal with devils like God. You see what I'm saying? You go to war with them. If you're not in this situation, but typically if you're in a situation like this where you have to be around devils, well, you kind of gotta become a devil. You gotta kind of act like a devil. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So most people, I talked about this a little bit before, but most people don't ever develop themselves to become anything truly extraordinary. Most people, they can't get past their own emotions. They're too sensitive. They're too irrational. And what it does is it doesn't allow them to see themselves accurately, and it hinders them from being able to introspect. It hinders them from being able to learn. You see what I'm saying? They're too irrational. They can't look in the mirror and see what's there. They can't have a business and they can't have a business that they've been working on for 6 months straight and deal with the fact that they've made $0. You see what I'm saying? They can't deal with the truth, is what I'm saying. So if you can't deal with the truth, you can't level up. You can't exceed your current level. You know? So I wanted people to know that. I wanted people to hear that and think about that. So, okay. So the dyke bitch, so going back to the original story, the dyke bitch was telling me how Kay feels uncomfortable. She see me shadow boxing, and I shouldn't be shadow boxing in the store, etc., etc. And then after she got done saying that, she was like, "I'm not scared of shit." And then black lip bitch, dirty drug user, dirtbag bitch, jumped in and said, "I'm not either." Now, just to give you people some insight on the man I actually am, and I don't like referencing jail too much. Because I know fools will sit here and, like, people with small brains and low IQ, they think I'm mentioning jail because I want to seem like a tough guy or whatever. When in reality, the people who've met me in real life know I don't be on no tough guy shit, etc., etc., unless I need to be, unless I'm, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I am. Yes, I'm a gangster. Yes, I'm a serial killer. But, like, if it's not an issue or anything like that, like, I'm cool. Like, I'm very polite, well-spoken, well-mannered. You see what I'm saying? Like, I act like a higher class individual. You wouldn't even think, like, I'm the monster that I am, you know? Because I have a mask on. Well, I guess it is a mask at a level, but, like, I do enjoy being polite and stuff like this. But, like, my actual nature is one of cruelty and ruthlessness. This is why my name is the way it is. Arrogant cruelty is that way for a reason. You see what I'm saying? But when I was in jail, the biggest guy in the unit, and it was about maybe about 30 people in the unit, and everybody was scared of this nigga. When I say everybody, I mean everybody except, like, me and a couple other people, but most people were scared of this nigga. You see what I'm saying? Super big. Nigga was probably about 220. Literally double my size at the time. Maybe not literally, but at the time, bro, I was 18 back then. So this was a bit of time ago. But he was damn near twice my size. I'm like 130 at the time, 120, you know? So he literally doubled my size, and this guy was terrified of me. I'm not going to tell, I don't think I should speak on why, but he was scared of me. And this is a tough guy, and this was in Harris County. In Harris County, they give you, like, different color bands. I had a green band, which meant, like, I was a normal inmate. He had a purple band, which meant, like, he was a problematic person at a level. So he had a purple band, and he was rubbing niggas' heads in that bit, and he was sagging his pants and acting gangster. You see what I'm saying? But that nigga was terrified of me. That nigga was scared of me. And I'll tell people another mini story. When I was in juvenile, and this is the most gangster individual I know. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro actually might exceed me in ruthlessness. I don't know. But I met this guy, I'm not going to say his name, but, like, a genuine killer. You see what I'm saying? I'm 16 at the time, and I'm around, like, people who have shot people who have killed people who have killed people, then robbed them. I'm around, like, real criminals, and this was unique to me because I came from a suburban background. But one of the day, and I got really cool with this dude. You see what I'm saying? I got really cool with him because of my actual nature, my actual personality. You seem like nobody else in there liked him because of he was an actual gangster. You see, like, people may act like they respect an actual gangster. People may act like they respect the nigga who says it how it is, but people really don't like that. And when people are scared of you, they really want you dead. If we being real, they want you dead. They don't want you in jail. They don't want you in a different country. No, they want you dead. So a lot of people didn't like him. Nobody else in that bit liked him. I liked him, and that was it. So, man, he's really like that. You see, but one day, one day we were watching a documentary about some killers, and he had turned to me I don't remember what I said, but he had turned to me and he was like, "You should be on that show, PJ. I could see it in your eyes." And I was like, interesting. I didn't say anything back at that moment, but I let like maybe 30 seconds pass. So I didn't respond back to that. But I let maybe 30 seconds pass and I was like, "You need to be on that show." And this nigga got offended. He's like, "Why? Why?" Because at the time he didn't know that I know he was in there for murder. But yeah. So that experience with him happened. And then on top of that, this nigga asked me if I had shot somebody. He was like, "There's something off about you. Did you shot somebody?" You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is people respect me. People are genuinely scared of me. Like grown men, actual killers, niggas who done shot niggas, tough guys who have everybody in the unit scared of them are scared of me. These people respect me. So what are the chances that these two bitches aren't scared of me? Like, this is easy work. And I'm not saying I'm out here trying to make people scared, especially female. I'm not trying to make these bitches scared. You see what I'm saying? But it's just like the lies. It's like, and even men will do this. Like, it's just certain stuff most men won't admit to. Like, I've asked some of my friends, like, "Are you scared of me? Are you scared of me?" Like, I just want niggas to be real. Niggas, every time they say, "Wow, what I gotta be scared for? Why would I be scared of you?" When I know damn well these people are scared. I've seen fear a lot. I've seen a lot of fear in my life. I know what fearful eyes look like. You see what I'm saying? And after this little situation happened with the two managers, the two bitches, the two broads, every time like I would walk past them or suddenly appear in their peripheral vision, it'd be like a jump or like a fidget. Or like when I looked them in their eyes and talked to them, I could see their eyes were screaming, "Help me, help me." Or like they were scared. You see what I'm saying? Genuinely scared. So it was like, stop lying. Like, okay, and I'm about to get deep. So the dyke bitch. Dykes, some women who get sexually abused by men, which is dominated, they try to imitate the man. They try to imitate the figure that molested them, that took it away from them, that took the pussy. So these girls will dress like boys, act like boys, talk like boys, have boy-like haircuts, sag their pants, get a bunch of tattoos, etc., etc. They try to look as masculine as possible because they were traumatized as a child, and they're trying to appear strong so that they don't have to be taken advantage of again. This happens in the lower animals as well, like the scarlet king snake, or it's something like that, scarlet king snake, scarlet king something. But it's a snake that is non-venomous, but it acts like it's venomous to scare the prey or the predators away. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing she's doing. And cause the guy I met in juvie, he would do the same thing. Now, he was an actual gangster, but he would, every time a new person would come into the jail and stuff like this, he'd tell them all these stories about stuff he's done, people he shot, licks he's hit, etc., etc. It's a preventative measure. He's trying to scare these people out of conflict with him. You see what I'm saying? Because he doesn't want to engage in conflict. And human beings are either pursuing pleasure or avoiding pain. It's a fact. I was trying to really philosophize on it, think on it hard, and see if like there's any other emotion that's more common than that. But nah, it's not. So what was he doing in that moment? He was avoiding pain. You see what I'm saying? He's trying to delay the pain. He's trying to cancel out the pain, you know? Which is why he's telling them all these stories, so they'll be scared. And let me get into this. So when the first day I met him, he went through the same procedure. This nigga did this with everybody, literally everybody. You see what I'm saying? So he ended up doing this with me. And he had told me about how he had made the news one day. His face went on there, but he was on the news. And I think he was on the news. He was doing his thing. He was doing his one too. You dig? And after he told me that, I was basically cheering for him. I was basically like, good job. I was basically like, great. And I know for a fact that he was not used to that because his entire facial expression changed. You see what I'm saying? Like, he was physically displeased. He was unsettled. He was like, he didn't like the fact that I wasn't scared. You see what I'm saying? Because now he's like in his mind like, well, I might have to engage conflict with this man because he's not scared of me. You see what I'm saying? And it's quite remarkable because of the way I was raised. You see what I'm saying? Like, I grew up middle class like a lot of you people. I did spend quite a bit of time in the jailing system, but I grew up middle class like a lot of you people. You see what I'm saying? I ain't even about to go into all of it, but yeah. So I just want to throw that out there. Give people some more food for thought. So yeah, dyke bitch, the conversation moves along. It doesn't necessarily progress, but it continues. And she kept talking about trauma and how Kay could have dealt with something in her past, and you know, people are scared and you just don't know and you just don't understand what people are going through, etc., etc. And I'm like, this bitch is dumb, but it was clever how she threw that in there, because she's really talking about herself. She's a dysfunctional person. She's a broken person who's dealt with the brutality of men, and she slid that in there in a clever way. You see what I'm saying? Because she wasn't directly talking about her, which is generally what people with trauma do. They talk about, it's me, my trauma, my emotional issues, my unpleasant past with my mother, my feelings and my heart being broken, etc., etc. It's always about them. It's a way to get attention. You see what I'm saying? That's what these negative people do. That's what these broken people do. So she was subtly and indirectly talking about Kay. You see what I'm saying? It was clever, but I'm gamed up, so I already knew, you know, what was going on. Bitch was talking about herself. I'm not scared of shit. I'm scared of you. It means I'm scared of you. You don't know what people have gone through. She could have suffered something from a man. You suffered something from a man. So people tell on themselves with language. People do. You know, the particular type of word they choose to use, the way they formulate their sentences, how long it takes them to respond to a question, etc., etc. People tell on themselves with the behavior. The world is confusing, and people are confusing because they lie so much. But the more and more shrewd you become, the easier it'll be to pick people apart and really read people like you're Sigmund Freud or Carl Jung. See what I'm saying? Or like Eric, whatever the dude name is, the psychiatrist. Robert Greene talks about him in the Laws of Human Nature. The guy who can read people's body language to a T and basically tell what's going on with them. This dude would be able to look at the way a woman was sitting and tell that, oh, your husband is cheating on you, or oh, you're cheating with your husband. He'll be able to look at the way somebody walks and be able to tell what type of personality they have. Like, that's what you people should strive to be like. I know I do. So in the conversation, the dyke bitch was talking about how I made her feel uncomfortable. Uncomfortable is a it's a trigger word for feminists, right? When bitches are talking about, oh, I'm uncomfortable, what they're really saying is that, oh, you're being too honest. In my case, you know, because I'm an honest man, and I do make these hoes feel uncomfortable, but not in like a creepy way or something like that. It's more so just because I'm saying too much real shit. So the uncomfortable piece was just, I don't like your presence because you're an actual man, and you're not the type of man I value because I can't control you, because I'm valueless. The only man I value is weak man. That's what she was saying. And also, excuse me. Also, the uncomfortable thing, she was trying to elicit sympathy. You see what I'm saying? She was trying to elicit sympathy, and females understand females. Even though I say females are narcissistic and they can't get outside of themselves, which is true for most people, they can't get outside of themselves. We can understand people in our gender at a level just based off of how similar we are as human beings. Like, even a extremely psychotic, narcissistic man can understand the fact that me as a regular person, or as a regular man, I should say, I want to have multiple women. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things that the two genders will understand about each other, you know, because it's just so basic. So the uncomfortable thing with me in particular, me being a very in shape person, a strong person, her saying, oh, I feel uncomfortable. And especially with this dyke bitch, she's going to understand it at a very deep level, because she doesn't like men. She's in a relationship with a fucking psychopath. Like, the girl she's in a relationship with has so many tattoos, it's crazy. And tattoos are they're an indicator of mental illness, in females in particular. And she has a lot. So basically, the more tattoos, the more worried you should be. You know what I'm saying? This is why I don't even really like approaching girls with tattoos. So yeah. So and do forgive my memory. My memory is not good, man. I should probably stop saying that out loud. Okay, I'm past that. Okay, so now I'm just going completely off the memory now. So, what else did this little dyke say in the conversation? This happened yesterday, but this just goes to show, like, where my memory is. It's not where it should be. So, this was something else I wanted to talk about. So the dyke bitch said, she was talking about my tone of voice and how I was getting aggressive. I was pretty mad, but the logic, they couldn't defeat the logic. You see what I'm saying? Like, the logic was definitely there. They couldn't fuck with it. So she said that, look at your tone of voice. Like, you don't care about being here. You don't care about leaving here. And I didn't even respond. You see what I'm saying? And me not responding said so many things. But I didn't say anything out the mouth. You know, because, and this was a bluff, right? Because I do want to keep this job for a bit. You know, I already got some else lined up. I got to, you know, because I already know where things are headed with these people. These people are dysfunctional. And I'm not one of these people who just look at the outside world and say, oh, everybody's wrong. Like, hell nah. I'm not one of those types of people. Like, I'm genuinely not one of those types of people. But a lot of people in the society don't align with my values, and we fundamentally can't get along because I just don't respect them enough. You see what I'm saying? They're not respectable enough to elicit respect out of me. So we just don't get along. This is why I had so many haters in high school and so many people who disliked me in high school. This is when I truly started to realize that most people are trash and most people are subhuman. Most people aren't the chosen people. Shout out to them Israeli psychopaths. But she told me that I could care less about being there, and that's the position that you want to be in. You want them to believe that you don't need them. You know, the same thing in relationships. You want the female to believe that you don't need her, and you really. It's not about like faking it until you're making it. You really want to be that way. So, I at a level I did want to keep the job. I'm still there. At a level I do want to keep the job, but I also can lead. Like I'm working on things in the background. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I don't genuinely need to work here because I already got things set up to smoothly transition out. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when you have the ability to walk away, it gives you power. When you have the ability to walk away from a bitch, when you have the ability to walk away from a relationship, when you have the ability to walk away from a business deal, you don't want to be trying to close $1 million business deal and have the people know that you really want to close the deal through, because then they're going to up the price. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of things in this world are subtle, and you really want to mask your emotions in certain scenarios and really come off as stoic or come off as angry sometimes, come off as scary sometimes, etc., etc. Loving is very important. Loving is very important. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. I'm going to be dropping some more videos on human nature. Yeah, that's... Let me see. Before I end it, I know people going to miss me. Give all y'all a kiss on the cheek. That's pretty much it.